What up, Dope Pride Nation, and welcome back to Luke G's Field Review. As you can see, we are live today for the Detroit Lions schedule release. And the reason we are live for this is because not only am I going to talk about the schedule, I'm going to give you my pre-draft predictions for wins and losses. Now, let me be clear that I'm going to do my best to be fair about this. And again, it's before the draft. Certain things can make me change it. Certain things cannot. Now, we got the house mail to take care of. We got Lions fan 75 in the building. What up, though? Sag Nasty. Let's go. Dre Burns. What up, though? Sean Parker. What up? Evan and Donya. I hope I said that right. What up, though? We got Trexel Sports Talk. What up, though, Travis? We got Beast Mode, Marcus Willis, Tone of Voice, Sheldon McCrae, Andrew Ism, George Morgan. What up, though, everyone? Oh, we got Malik Fats in there. What's going on? Now, George Morgan has already come on with the heat. I love it. How many L's on that schedule? That is his question to me already. Micro Mike, what up, though? He said you can't sleep, man. Get that rest. You got to get up early now. Listen, people, this is an exciting day because not only do we get to see who we go up against, we get to kind of talk about something a little bit different than the draft for a moment, and it allows for us to do some things. Now, before I get into that, I got to talk about some things, and I'm going to tell you what those things are, all right? And I hope that enough people see this because I'm going to repeat it again, all right? I had to block some people for the first time of me doing this YouTube thing, and I was hoping that I would never have to do that at all. Now, with that being said, let me make this public service announcement because I really want people to understand where I'm coming from. If you come into my channel, on my chat, talking crazy, not trying to have a constructive criticism, you're harassing people just for the heck of it. If you're from another team and you decide to pop on in and just want to hackle, I am going to swiftly add you to the McKimbe Tumbo squad and block you, okay? Please don't become a member of my block party, okay? It is not worth it. I want to talk constructively about some football. That's it. So for anyone who decides that they want to come in here just to try to create a ruckus, I will simply add you to the block party and let you be a part of the McKimbe Tumbo squad. Now that disclaimer is out the way, let me get this other part out because I saw something on Twitter that threw me off. There was this tweet that was saying prayers up to Matthew Stafford's wife, and someone replied, he makes too much money for excuses. Don't nobody want to hear that, and ain't nobody thinking about his wife. And I remember thinking for a moment, let me catch myself because it don't make no sense for a person to, how can I best put it? Dismiss somebody else's loved one. A sport is a sport. Life is life, people. This is what I mean in terms of talking about the, in terms of talking about the fan base. Now, I got that out the way. All right. George Morgan, it was not you. It was not you. But so you're still good. Now, let's talk about this schedule. Now, there's been some leak stuff out there. I don't know how true the leak stuff is. I really don't. I am hoping that, I am hoping that they, what's the word I want to use? I'm hoping that the schedule that they put out is legit. And the reason that I'm hoping that that schedule is legit is because I legitimately want to see some things, man. And it's one of the things where I have come to the conclusion that some people are going to see this schedule and go crazy. Now, I see Beast Mode put the teams in there, and I think that was the leak that came out. I don't know how true that is, okay? I don't. I'm just gonna say that. If it's true though, Beast Mode, I got a lot to say about what that schedule looked like. Okay. Now, Beast Mode has the real one according to John. So the real schedule, according to General G. Berry, is that the real one just came out. And the reason we're going to talk about this is because this is exciting, people. I have literally been waiting for this because I know that the Gridiron Blitz Therapy Field is going to literally. He asked me before, like, what is my predictions for scheduling? And I told him, I got to see when we play because it makes a difference. Now, I'm getting ready to share my screen, people. Woo! That's going to be interesting. All right. Let me make sure I make this nice and big. All right. Let me get this all right here. All right. Now, I kind of had to make this bigger than usual. So let me make sure that I got it right. Okay, here we go. All right, what is going on with this? All right. Now, it looks like Beast Mode might be on to something. Aha, okay. People, let me know if y'all can see my screen. Hold on. Because I hate technology right now. Let me redo this. All right. Here we go. All right. Let me know if you can or cannot see my screen. So hold on. Can you see it? No. Okay. All right. So let me figure out what's going on. Let me figure out what's going on. All right. All right. All right. So now, people, I got so much stuff going on right now in terms of videos that I got to show y'all because I always see some strange things that just happen to grab my attention. And every time I see this strange stuff that grabs my attention, I am forced to talk about it. And I got some videos that's coming out that has been sent to me from some people, and some of my found myself that had me going like, "You have got to be kidding me!" And it was very upsetting to say the least. Now, let's see, we're gonna get this thing right here. Okay. Now I see what I was doing wrong. I see what I was doing wrong. Here we go. Can y'all see the schedule now? Okay. All right. Now that we got that part fixed, all right, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Okay. Yes, this is what I'm talking about, people. This is what I need in my life. And the reason I need it in my life is because there comes a point in a time when you just need to see what's going on in terms of your schedule. It just matters to me. Now, here's the thing, people. This is on a total different level. We already know what the preseason games is, and it looks like game one, according to this, is the Arizona Cardinals. Now, how right is this schedule? I mean, this thing says 4 minutes ago. How right is this? Yeah, that's got to be a fake. That's got to be a fake. I agree with you guys on that. Hold on. Let's see if we can. Let me go to Google and find the real one. Maybe I should just go to NFL.com. I thought that was the real one. But as always, I appreciate y'all correcting me. All right, let's try this one more time, people. We're going to get this thing figured out. Because I saw it and I had it up, but I don't know why this thing didn't want to share. Like I said, technology will fail you every single time you think it won't. It just do it. All right. So view the leads. No, I just want my schedule. I don't want look, they want me to see the whole 32. I just want our schedule. I don't need them telling me about nobody else, just ours. All right. People, to those who know what that say, to those who know the real schedule, you know what? I hate technology. Let's go to Detroit Lions.com. All right. How they up here? You see how they trying to pump fake me, y'all? You see how they do me? Uh, it's amazing to me. It says Twitter just released. Oh, I didn't think about that. Duh. Didn't even not once did I think about Twitter. That lets you know. That's probably why I stay off of Twitter, because Twitter upset me with the dumb stuff that I just saw about Matthew Stafford and him basically saying that he need to get out there and play. I just think it was ridiculous. All right. Now, if they ain't uploaded it, shame. There you go. All right, here we go. All right, people. My apologies. All right. I do apologize for this. You know I'm much more smooth and cleaner than this. Didn't expect this at all. Oh, wait a minute. What just happened? Did y'all just see that go from 2009 to 2018? Is that just me? Just me? Okay. Here's the thing, people. Now I'm going to have to go to Twitter. I'm going to have to go to Twitter because I don't see why when I Google it, it should come up. All right. Go to the Lions Twitter page. All right, let's see. This right here. Let's go to the Lions Twitter page. All right, come on, people. Let's see. As you can see, all the Detroit Lions stuff, I'd be on my grind looking for stuff. So let me go ahead and do my house calls really quick again. We got Bug Spray joining us, Lee Bidner's with us. We have Andrew Taylor. Welcome to the show. May Adu, welcome to the show. Jeff. All right. So look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Gotta love Twitter, man. Gotta love it. Hate it at times. Still gotta love it. All right. Now, first thing I know for a fact is I know we play Arizona week 1. All right. And if anybody is familiar with Arizona, I do not think Arizona has done enough to be warrant respect in terms of competition. And how did Twitter send me over here? Okay. But nonetheless, we just gonna go with it. So here we are. Week 1, we got Arizona Cardinals. And according to the Free Press, they're picking the Cardinals to win. Ain't that something, people? Do you see this? Do y'all see this? What up, though, Will Dirt? What up, though, Baby Sue Flex, Frank Lucas, Ferris? What up, though, man? Do y'all see this, people? Oh, my God. Y'all wonder why I sit up here and I don't talk so crazy about the Lions. Detroit Free Press has the Lions losing to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, correct me if I'm right or wrong, but is that not a win? I mean, seriously. This is now according to Travis said that must be Carlos. Let's see who this writer is. Where is his name? No, this is Dave, people. This ain't Carlos. This Dave. He's giving the win to the Arizona Cardinals week 1. What has the Cardinals done, people, to warrant the win? Okay, now I am going to open the phone lines up once I go through the predictions, but I just want to put in what I have for us in terms of this. So for me, I'm going to totally disagree with this buffoonery. First of all, if the Lions come out the gate losing to the Arizona Cardinals, we might have to talk about some things. Okay. I mean, some serious discussion. Is it just me, or do y'all not see how our media do us off rip? Off rip, they straight up said we losing to the air. Who do the Arizona Cardinals have to lose to? Like, I'm not even being funny. Anybody tell me who is it that they have to lose to? All right. Like, if you're just gonna tell me we gonna lose to the Cardinals, Come on now, for crying out loud. And then he puts 24-20. He sure don't seem too confident. Oh my God. Then we go to week 2. We got the Los Angeles Chargers. And he got the Chargers beating us. Man, now you hold up, people. You know what? Let me go ahead and do this. Let me do this right now. Okay. Let me do this. Give me a minute. I gotta open these lines up. I got to do it. Okay. And the reason I got to do it is because this is ridiculous. I need somebody to talk to me because I'm gonna need somebody to calm me down, people. All right. I'm gonna need somebody to calm me down. Give me 1 second. Let me open these lines up, people, because this is ridiculous. I'm already am shocked at the buffoonery. Look at this already coming in. All right. Here go the first call of the day. Welcome to Luke G's Fear Review. What up, though? Who this?
What's up, man? It's Beast Mode. You know how to call in.
Beast Mode, man. Do you see this trash?
Yes, I do.
I mean, for me to be this excited to see the schedule, I would have rather just seen the schedule instead of being brought here to this garbage. This is straight boo-boo. I want to say another word, but this is boo-boo. What is your thoughts on the Detroit Free Press before the draft saying that Arizona week 1 is winning that game?
That's complete garbage because the Cardinals could have all top 5 picks and they'd still lose the Lions this year. Let's be honest here. That team is garbage.
I mean, but what do you think the writer saw to warrant him to say they're going to lose to the Cardinals? I don't even want to read what he put there, but it don't even make. I'm gonna read it anyway. The Lions got housed in their opener by a rookie quarterback last year. That's what we doing, people. Y'all see why I be trying to tell y'all to focus on the present and the future, because when you stick in the past, you stuck there. So we got housed by a rookie quarterback last year because they were beat up coming out of the camp. Until I see Patricia. Listen, talk to me, Beast Mode. Make me feel better. Make me feel better, Beast Mode.
One, we were super injured. We had a bunch of people out. And 2, if you think about it, that was the first year of that defensive scheme. And we had a bunch of guys trying to learn it. And I think that complicated it as well.
I mean, but to come out though, I mean, listen, this is what we gonna do, people. Y'all gonna call in and give me y'all prediction. I'm gonna just tell you right now, Beast Mode. Talk to me real quick. Let's talk about it, man. Arizona win or loss for you?
That's a dub.
Okay. Los Angeles Chargers win or loss for you?
That's gonna be a good game. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's gonna be a good game too. Not one that I'm worried about. Not one that I'm worried about.
I'd probably say win.
Okay, so we got you at 2-0 on the road against the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles don't have a running back, and Carson
well, they
Wentz
did trade. They did trade for Jordan Howard. They did bring in Jordan Howard, and they're going to still draft another running back. But again, this is not putting you in stone.
Yeah,
that's for a different day. Now, according to Free Press, they win. This their first win right here on the road.
Yeah, I'd probably say that too.
All right, so you give them a win. So you got them at 3-0. This is the game that I was so excited about because I knew that if the Lions played Kansas City earlier, this would be a win. What say you? Win or loss?
I'm gonna say a win. I don't think the Chiefs are gonna have as good a season.
All right, so we got a bye week. We got a bye week, and you got us going into the bye week 4-0. Now we go on the road to the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football after a bye week.
Oh, that's a W.
Okay. At home against the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, they lost some pieces on the defense, and everybody's acting like they signed somebody big, but they really just re-signed Anthony Barr. So that's another W.
All right, you got us at 6-0. On the road, at home against the New York Giants.
That's a dub.
Okay, you got us at 7-0.
Oh no.
We on the road against Oakland.
That's a big fat W.
All right. I mean, listen. Right now, you got us undefeated. All right, 8-0. Thanksgiving Day against the Chicago Bears.
Ooh. I feel like it's kind of biased, but I'm gonna have to say.
All right, you got us at 9-0. At home against the Dallas Cowboys, Week 11.
We always get cheated, but this year I think it's gonna be different. So you're probably gonna take the win.
Okay, so you got us running the table. All right. On the road against the Washington Redskins.
They have no quarterback. That's a W.
All right, listen, I ain't mad at you, man. I'm just merely giving people a chance to speak their mind. People, we are going to get through this as a whole. Trust me. At home against the Bears. And I stand corrected. I stand corrected. The Thanksgiving game is Week 13. So, but at home against the Bears.
I feel like this is weird, but I have to give them an L somewhere. They can't go 16-0.
Okay. All right. Then we got Minnesota on the road. So that's our first loss?
Yeah, Week 13 against the Bears.
All right. So Week 14 against the Bears, our first loss. Then we got the Buccaneers. What you got us at?
That's dope.
All right, and then we got us on the road against the Broncos. Win or loss?
It's probably another dud.
All right, and then you got Green Bay Packers at home for Week 17.
Sweet.
So you got us going 14-2. Pre-draft, people, do not judge this man. He got us going 14-2 pre-draft. Now, Greg Gore says he sees 3-13, but I challenge Greg Gore to call in and show me the 13 losses that he see. I doubt that he will. What else you got for us, Beast Mode?
The only tough part about getting and judging our schedule is the Bears and the other people in the division, because you never know what this division does, because it switches up every year. It's always one of the toughest divisions in the league, and you got to be ready.
I mean, and that's what it boils down to, man. I appreciate the call. Got more calls in. And again, people, that phone number is 248-294-0610. That's 248-294-0610. So I'll give you my quick synopsis. Here's how I got it. I got Arizona win. I have wait, let me see. Hold on. Welcome to Luke G's Field Review. What up, though? Who this?
John,
talk to me, man. Calm me down, because I wasn't even coming on trying to be hostile today, but they hitting all my right buttons. Let's talk about it, man. What is your thoughts on Detroit Free Press saying that the Arizona Cardinals is a win?
I just think that's straight up disrespectful.
I mean, it seems like it's
in
crazy
the article.
to me.
If they would have said like, oh, like maybe like Matthew Stafford isn't ready because like his like family problems, like that's understandable, because if it is that to that point, then he won't be playing. And that's totally fine with me. If he's not playing, then we obviously
you're basically saying that if the quarterback is not in, you can understand them giving us some L's then. But outside of that, this seems very strange,
Stafford's
right?
There's no God reason that that should ever happen.
Okay, well, let's talk about this part right here. Give me what you got for our record so far.
Without injuries, I'd say 13-3, 14-2.
Give me the 3 losses,
because I think it's at least 2 of them are going to be divisional opponents, and then I would want to lose to the Chiefs, if anyone, but it's so early in the season that I don't see us losing to them. I think we're going to come off red hot, and I think if we can capitalize in that Green Bay game on Monday night that we'll start getting a lot of respect and people start getting behind us.
All right. Well, here's my thing. All right. For me, I'm gonna do this real quick. What you want here? I'm going to give them a win against the Cardinals, a win against the Chargers. I'll give them a. See, the Eagles going to have Jordan Howard. They're probably going to pick up another. I'll give them a first loss right there. So I'll give them a first loss to the Eagles. I think they beat the Kansas City Chiefs at home.
I agree.
Only reason I say that is because I think we're going to run the ball on them, and that's exactly what the New England Patriots did. They ran the ball on Kansas City. All right, so I got us starting out 3-1 before the bye week. Okay, then I got us coming off the bye week, going up to Green Bay. I feel like that bye week is what gives me a little bit reason to have more confidence. I'll give them a win. So we have 4-1. At home against Minnesota, I think we take another loss here. And the only reason I give us a loss here is because we're coming off that short week from that Monday and have to play that Sunday. So I'm going to give them a loss there. So that puts us at...
Even with
Yeah, see, here's the thing. This is all pre-draft, but I'm looking at the schedule in terms of time. When you have that short week to practice and stuff, it's a little bit more challenging, in my opinion, to come off that short week and get up for those games. And a lot of good teams don't do it. You know, even the New England Patriots have a hard time coming off that short week trying to get in. So that's just what I'm seeing. You know, for me, I feel like that short week is what scared me. So that's why I got us at that 4-2 mark right now. Then we go up against the Giants. They're gonna play us tough, but I'm gonna give us a win. So 5-2. Oakland Raiders, we should win that game. Even though it's in Oakland, we should definitely win that game. Week 9.
But the Raiders game definitely could be a sneaky.
It is. That's a trap game. It certainly is.
Because they could be coming, their chemistry with Antonio Brown and the other guy they get from the Chargers, and then whatever rookies they draft, if they draft properly and they start to come on towards the end of the season, that could be a real trap game.
It is a trap game. And the only reason I hadn't included trap games this time around is because we haven't draft. I want to kind of see what people add to the roster in terms of the draft, because I can kind of figure out based on that roster how it's going to go. But then we come out, we play Chicago, that first game in Chicago. I think we take an L there. That's week 10. It's going to be cold out there. But I think they take an L against Chicago right there. So that's 3 L's for me. I think we beat Dallas week 11 at home. I really do.
I thought we should have beat them this year.
We should have if they ran the ball more in the second half. Then against the Washington Redskins, for some reason, Washington always play us tough, but I don't think they got enough over there. This should definitely be a win for us. That Thanksgiving game going to be lit. I'm giving us another win. On the road against Minnesota, I'm going to give us another loss. I just feel like that Thanksgiving game again, they're going to have a little time off, but, we're getting into the deep end of the schedule. So I got us at 4 losses.
The Thanksgiving game is our advantage, though.
It should be. It should be, especially if we start off like how Beast Mode said 4-0. It should be an advantage. The crowd should be absolutely crazy for that game. But again, coming off that game against Minnesota, like I said, that's 4 losses for me. I think Tampa Bay is another one of those trap games, but I'm gonna give them a win because as a Bucs fan as well, I don't believe in Jameis Winston, and it's because of some of the things that he do. But I'll give him a win there. Denver, don't believe in Joe Flacco and and what they're doing, but it is on the road. And they got some things going over there, but I don't feel confident that they've put together enough for me to be afraid of them. Week 17 is going to be. All we
have to do is stop the run against the Broncos.
Yeah, I think week 17 could be a win. That's another one of those tough ones. It depends on who gives a carry. So I'm going to give the Lions an 11-5 record for me. I got them at 11-5 right now. But again, these trap games can be swing and turned over any old type of way.
Yeah, but then saying that, you could say we could pull a win out that we probably shouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. It's a few games in here that I gave us some L's and it could switch up. But again, if the Lions stay committed to the run, I think it'll be just fine. And that's just my opinion. But when I sit up here and see the Detroit Free Press telling me that they're gonna go 7-9 in the first game, we losing to the Cardinals. What? That's a bold prediction.
That's very true.
I'm just saying. Well, I appreciate it, man. Let me get some of these other phone calls in here, people. All right.
Later.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to unshare my screen for a brief moment, people, so I can fix some things and do it. But, man, this is crazy to me, people. This is absolutely nuts to think that they are going to come out and say we're losing off rip, off back. We're losing. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. And so I'm just gonna be honest. When I look at this thing, man, I did not for one moment think at all that I will pop up on an article off the back giving us an L to the Cardinals. Like, what in the world? Now, for those in the chat, let me see some of y'all predictions. We got General G Berry says, "Hey Travis, week 15 for me, my B day, 12-14." That's what's up. Post those chats in there for me so I can see y'all predictions for the schedule, man. This is ridiculous to me. I can't believe this. And okay, I see William Coral say 11-5. I can see that. I got John Simmons at 9-7. I got Duran Ferguson at 11-5. I got Truth Teller at 12-4. 12-4 seems very possible in my opinion. I got James Gibson at 11-5. Come on, people, keep them coming. Also, we got 75 people watching. Can I please get some love on the likes, people? Get me up to at least 50%. I would appreciate that. So let me let me know y'all got some love in the building for me. I'm seeing let me see. I got Troxel Sports Talk at 12-4, Beast Mode 12-4 or 13-3. General G Berry says 11-5 at best, 9-7 at worst. Coral says that we're winning the division. I agree. Bobby Boucher says 13-3. And we got Lions fan 75 at 12-4. Detroit Lions boy 11-5. Don Juan 11-5 or 12-4. Whoa, we got Fortune Over Fame at 15-1. Marcus Corlier says 10-6. Not bad. Okay. Will Dirk says 13-3. And yeah, man, you know what? We got Andrews football in the building. Welcome, Andrews football. We played week 4. That was the one thing that me and you talked about that you fear. You was like, listen, you would much rather play the Lions later in the year than in the beginning. And it looks like I got my dream come true to play them in the beginning. So I'm happy. D Brown says go 8-8 and win the division. That would be amazing feat. Kevin Brown says 11-5. Lee Bentner says 10-6. Okay. Now Andrews football. Shout out to Andrews football. Go and check out his channel. I did a friendly discussion with him. He's saying that the Lions will cover that bet. Okay. So to me, I am absolutely shocked that this is what people are. I mean, to me, how can you see this schedule and think that it's difficult? In my opinion, the first few games, and the way I do the schedule is you have to break it up for me. Like for me, I believe that you have to break the schedule up in quarters. You got your first quarter, your second quarter, your third, and your fourth. And if you break it up in quarters, that's how I view the schedule. Okay. So To me, that's the most important thing, you know. And again, telephone number 248-294-0610. Again, can I get some loves on that likes, people? Really would appreciate it. I got Andrew Taylor with 12-4 or 11-5. Divine Rav says, I will be disappointed if the Lions don't get back into the play. With this schedule, you're right. You absolutely right. They need to be. Okay. You know, what I can do is this. Okay, here we got a call coming in. Let's talk about it. What up, though? Welcome to Lou G's Fear Review. Who this?
What up? This Will. Will Dirk.
What's going on, Will Dirk? We got Will Dirk in the building, man. What's going on?
Hey, I just want to say, everybody hit that like button. Show this man some love.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I am getting closer and closer
to Illinois.
Illinois, man. You calling all the way from Illinois, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I appreciate that, man. What you got for us, man? Let's talk about this schedule. I'm gonna put it. Do you need me to put it back up for you?
Disrespectful thing I heard since the season ended.
Man, listen. When I sat there and was looking for this schedule, okay, the first thing I was thinking was, okay, what's going to happen is I'm going to get to their schedule and just see their schedule. I'm going to be in peace. I'm going to be happy. Y'all going to be happy. We all going to be happy together, right? This is what I'm thinking, right? And then I look up and I see this free pre article and I'm like, wait a minute. He got us losing the first week to the Cardinals? I mean, talk about getting spit in your face. That is ridiculous.
Hey, but like you said earlier, I love them just covering us up, making us look like we ain't going to be nothing just so we could just go out and show our butt.
And it's crazy. It's crazy.
I can't wait to have them eating their words.
It's absolutely crazy. And when I look at it, I walk away with the thought that, hey, at the end of the day, they just don't like us. I keep trying to tell y'all that, and then y'all want me to come on. You know, they want me to come on and be the most evil thing on the block. They want me to come on and be disrespectful, to be loud, belligerent, and all types of stuff. And it's just not true. It's not gonna work, man. And so for me, it's one of those things. Now we just added Detroit's own Big Will to the show. Let's welcome Detroit's own Big Will to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
What up, though?
Now, Detroit owns Big Will. I got a call. Give me 1 second. Let me take care of the call so we can square this way. Talk to me, Will Dirk. What do you have our record as based on what you saw?
Hey, I've been saying this since I've seen who they got as offensive coordinator and just the moves they made throughout this preseason. Man, we going 13-3. We only lose one in our division, and that'll be week 10 against the Bears. I just think that we gonna be happy on Thanksgiving.
Listen, I couldn't agree more with you. I really couldn't, and I would love to disagree with you, but what I'm agreeing to is just the fact that I think that the Lions is going to have a much better record than people let on. Now, James Gibson says he liked and he subbed. Man, I appreciate that. Welcome to the show. I have some videos that's going to come out. One of them is going to be me basically calling out our local radio talk show host who don't know what he be talking about. But let me ask you this, Will Dirk. What's the one game on this schedule, though? Like on everything that you can see, what's the one game on this schedule that scared you the most?
The one game?
The one game.
I think we're gonna be surprised. I think we might have a little bit of issue with Denver late in the year.
Okay.
You know, they essentially got Chicago's defensive coordinator. So, I mean, he knows us, he knows our team, and I think that might be one of the upsets.
Now listen, we got people all the way down in Dallas, Texas, rapping the Detroit Lions, man. Lee Bednar, what up, though, man? That's what I'm talking about. We got to look at this, man. Off rip, man. You got anything else for us, Will?
Hey, all I'm gonna say is my family, we've been in Illinois and we moved to Michigan, we moved back. But I got two other brothers. One of them a Green Bay fan, one of them a Chicago fan. It's fun.
Oh man! Hey, listen. Hey, tell them go ahead and get their tissue box out because it's finna be a bad season for them. Go ahead and tell them.
Oh, couple years back when Matthew was having all of them comeback wins, it was hilarious watching us take the lead in the division on bye week.
You know
was
what?
showing my
I
butt.
believe it. I believe it, man. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you calling in, man. I want to make sure I get some of these other phone calls in and get some predictions, and let's talk about it, man. And I appreciate you being a part of the show, man.
Oh, no problem, man. Y'all have a good one. Hit that like button. Don't forget.
That's right, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button because that gives me some exposure and that gets me more attention. So appreciate that. Detroit's own Big Will. Now, Detroit's own Big Will supposed to be on with me earlier. He had a little bit of a delay, but he's here now. We happy to have you. Let's talk about it, man. Do you see this crap?
Yeah, man. That's how they treat us, man. That's just how it is.
They literally got us up here losing to the Arizona Cardinals, man. And then, listen, they got us starting out going into the bye week 1-3.
1-3.
1-3, according to the Detroit Free Press. What say you, man? For the first 4 games? How you see that going? Win-loss records. We got Arizona. We got the Chargers. So we got Arizona on the road, Chargers at home, Eagles on the road, Kansas at home, then bye week. First 4 weeks. What say you?
Out of any of them teams right there, one we got Chargers early, which I like.
I do too, and that's why I was like, it's gonna be a tight game. But I still think we're gonna take an L there though. But this is only my pre-draft prediction. I'm not saying anything before that, but I'm just saying pre-draft. But go ahead, man.
Me personally, I don't think we're gonna lose any games at home. So that's just me.
Off rip, you got 8 games, all the games at home. So the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Packers, the Vikings, the Bears, the Dallas Cowboys. Who am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting somebody. I'm forgetting one team. One team. The Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. You telling me we winning 8 those 8 home games? We winning?
Yeah. If we slip up on anyone, it'd be the Kansas City game. But other than that, I think we win all our home games.
I think that Kansas City game is the game that we win. We're gonna upset a lot of people with that game. Their defense is horrible. Their defense is really horrible for real.
But that's the reason I think we're gonna win all our home games.
And listen, Big Will, man. Let me talk to you for a minute. Listen, so I know you seen my video that I did with Andrews Football. Again, shout out to Andrews Football, and also shout out to my other DSA members. We're gonna start off with 313 J-Mo. Please check out his channel and subscribe to it. Please check out the Gridiron Blitz with Derek P. Field, and please check out Noble Sports Entertainment with TA. Let's not forget Micro Mike and our newest members, Trev. I don't know why I want to call you Travis too, but it's Troxu Sports Talk and Nightfall. Listen, Andrew's Football got a question mark that says he got y'all. Yes, Andrew, that's what it says. According to our local media, Andrew, I've told you this when I met you. I told you our media is crazy. Yeah. He got us losing to the Oakland Raiders. And where his reasoning is, Andrew, is followed. Because he writes it so eloquently. He says the Raiders won't be very good again this year, but in their final season in Oakland, John Gruden team will be tough to beat at home. Pick Raiders 26 to Lions 24. How often are you seeing games end in 2 points?
Man,
talk about a vote of confidence. Come on, Big Will, talk to him, man. They got me irritated. I can't. This schedule ridiculous.
This is my big thing. Like they treat us so bad, and the only way we gonna shut them up is by winning. And I think this year is gonna be the year they shut a lot of them up. They're so negative. They're so in the past. They can't move forward. They can't see. They don't see what they're trying to build. They don't see what they're trying to do. They're still living in the past, the old school Lions, whatever. And that's all they do is complain about everything, but not realizing what they're doing.
Now here's the thing. They do this, and then the first thing that happens is somebody is listening or read this and go, yep, I agree. I haven't even clicked on the comic section because I know it's going to be some stuff to it, but he did the most safe thing possible and said 79. You have got to be kidding me. Now, Duran Ferguson says it's going to be a loss in San Diego. I feel the same way, but if we draft appropriately and we get some people who can get after some people and some things happen in the draft, I will certainly switch that pick, Duran. But
if we getting pressure on the quarterback, I'm telling you, if we getting pressure on the quarterback, the secondary is going to look wonderful. And that's all we got to do is put pressure on there. And the quarterbacks that I see coming in, you get pressure on Phillip Rivers, he's not the same quarterback.
Absolutely. Now, here's a question that I have right here from Kevin Brown. He says, "How do y'all feel about Snacks Harrison? Do we think we're gonna lose him? I think Snacks Harrison got to play out his contract either way it go, or risk not getting another contract. He's not as young as he used to be. We got a call, Big Will. Welcome to Luke G's Field Review. What up, though? Who this?
This is John.
John, what up, though? What you got for us, man?
I just wanted to say I entirely disagree with you and the other person about the Chargers. We're gonna smack them.
So listen, so you just feel like they're gonna just slap the Chargers around, huh?
Yep, just like the Ravens did the first time.
Okay, and why? What do you see in that matchup that gives you the feeling that it's going to go Lions' way?
Oh, the straight fact that they can't handle a power running game. Most teams in the NFL can't handle a power running game. And the only reason the Chargers were able to stop the Ravens in the playoffs is because they had just versed them a couple weeks ago. Not even. And
not to mention that their quarterback was a rookie. So
yeah, that too. You know, and Stafford's clutch.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why I'm giving them a little bit of the leeway is because the Chargers got some things going on over there that are sneaky good. And when I watch them, I'm sorry about that, people. That's on me. Hold on. Let me fix that. All right. When I watched them, the things that I saw that jumped out to me were the way they matched up against other teams is what people don't see. And as Andrews Football just said, that Chargers defense was very underrated. They did a very good job of confusing a lot of the running teams. Now, don't get me wrong. We do got two running backs now with C.J. Anderson and Kerryon Johnson. But, you know,
Yes, but the Ravens also had who is the Ravens' best receiver? They're tight ends.
I mean, okay, all right, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Talk to me now.
So yeah, we have a running game, and okay, they can key in on the running game all they want. They struggled doing that against the Ravens, and the Ravens didn't have a passing game. We have a passing game, so they can't just hone in on one thing compared to Lamar Jackson, where they can, because Lamar Jackson, quote unquote, has accuracy issues and stuff like that and reading defenses.
Hey, well, listen, I ain't mad at you, man. Listen, let me go ahead and address some of the chat and some more phone calls. And I appreciate you, John, as always, man.
All right, bye.
All right, now we got Tom Grassi in the chat. What up, though, Tom Grassi? Tom Grassi is our Green Bay Packers individual. He has a YouTube channel, and it's really hilarious. He just did a film study on Ja'Kai Polite, and it's funny because we have the same view on that particular player. But Tom, man, talk to me, man. Let me know sometime. What is your thoughts when you know, like in terms of a record, what are you going to give our prediction wise for your Green Bay Packers? Because I can tell you right now, I believe the Lions are going to go 11-5. Okay, now talk to me. So what's this final record you got for me, Big Will?
I think I told you before. I'm going 12-4.
So you're going to 12-4. All right. Now you know we got to do this. Okay. You know we got to do this. You got to go through and you got to give me the 12 wins. First game against Arizona, win or loss?
Win.
Against the Chargers, win or loss?
Win. I told you we win all home games.
Well, I got to still go through it. Okay. All right. All right. I still got to go through it. Eagles.
They play in Philly, right?
They play in Philly.
That's still a win.
All right. Kansas City Chiefs.
That's the one that I told you I'm kind of nervous about, but I think they still in shambles a little bit. They don't know what's going to go on with Hill and all that type of stuff, so I'm going to give it a win. All
right. We got a bye week 5. Okay. All All right, so now we got the bye week 5. Week 6 on the road against Green Bay Packers on Monday night.
That might be a loss.
All right, they're going our first loss, ladies and gentlemen, according to Detroit's own Big Will. Week 7 against the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm gonna give us a win on that. We playing in Minnesota?
No, we're playing home week 7.
Hey, we at home. I told you how we rolling.
Okay. All right, at home against the New York Giants.
Oh, definitely a win.
Okay, on the road against the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, that's a win.
All right, on the road against the Chicago Bears.
Well,
That's week 10. It's gonna be cold out. It's gonna be cold out.
I'm gonna give them a loss on that one.
Okay, so you're giving them a loss on the Chicago Bears game.
Yeah, on the road.
On the road. Okay, all right. I ain't mad at you. I can see that. Hold on, let me scroll on down. All right. All right. I'm gonna make an investment in a new computer, y'all. Don't worry about it. Don't you judge me, but it's gonna happen. All right. All right. Now, we are at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
No, that's definitely a win. I'm trying to go to that one.
I know. I got. Listen, I gotta go ahead and re-up on my tickets already now. All right. On the road against the Washington Redskins.
Watch the Redskins. They always play us tough. Always. And we on the road. And you said what week was this?
That would be week 12.
Week 12.
Okay. Now, according to Tom Grassi, our Green Bay Packers, what's what I want to say, expert right there. He is saying that if he's being optimistic, he sees 10-6. I haven't even looked at the other teams in our division schedule. I will be doing a video and live study of that because I think they did Green Bay dirty based on what I saw. And it's crazy. Again, that's Tom Grassi. Man, this dude is hilarious. Please check him out. But okay, so you got us. What again? Big Will against the Washington Redskins. Win or loss?
I'm gonna say a loss.
All right. Now we got the Chicago Bears at home for Thanksgiving Day. You giving us a win?
That's a win.
On the road against Minnesota.
On the road against Minnesota this time.
Yep. Week 14.
That's a win.
All right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And listen, people, I do love the Buccaneers and the Seahawks as well as the Detroit Lions. I love them all the same. There is no first, second, and third with me. I just love them all the same. And I even believe that the Lions are winning that game. So what say you, Big Will?
They're playing at Tampa Bay?
Nope, they are playing home.
Oh, so you already know what my answer is.
Now, see, here's the only thing, though. I do like Bruce Arians, but I just feel like at week 15 at that point, the Buccaneers would be out of it. They could be a sneaky game. On the road against the Denver Broncos.
On the road against Denver, I'm going to give that a loss because they're in Mile High.
And it's cold as crap. It's week 16. Yeah. And then week 17 versus the Green Bay Packers at home, and you're giving them a
W.
Well, I mean, at least you was true to your record. I was wanting to see where you're going to go with this, but hey, I can't argue that. Now, according to Fox CNG, he says Luke 12-4, easy. Easy. Again, I will give everybody a chance to put their predictions in at a later time. I got something special planned for my channel. Y'all gonna love it when I introduce it. It's gonna be like, what? We're gonna have some fun. Now, Tom Grassi says the Bears probably win the North again. Then again, I thought the Vikings were going to be good last year too. So, I mean, here's the thing, Tom. I love what you do over there, but I think the Detroit Lions taking the NFC North this year, man. I think they're taking them for real.
I'm definitely right there with you on that one.
And Brandon Anderson says Farango leaving Chicago and defense having a year of tape on Nagy's offense will hurt Chicago a lot. I totally agree with that, and that's why I think Chicago is not winning this division. And I just don't see it. Now, again, that telephone number is 248-294-8255. 0610. I just don't see it. For me, I got them at 11-5. 12-4 is more than possible, but I think 11-5 wins the division for us because I do believe that the only L we take is going to come against the Minnesota Vikings. I do think we sweep the Bears and we we do something a little bit different. Now, Tom Grassi says, I would be shocked if the Lions pulled it off. So more power to y'all. It would be interesting to see. I mean, yeah, man, I really think they're going to do it. And the reason I say that is just simply because when you watch what the moves that we have made have been and how we're going to approach this season, we're putting the ball on the ground. That's something that I don't think y'all are going to be used to in the division, is having this team go back to running the ball. And once that happens, I think play action is going to set up everything. Now, keep in mind, people, that this is all before the season start because there could be injuries, and we're going to cross our finger that we get through this thing healthy, okay? Now, Marcus Willis says the Pistons are balling. I'm not watching it because I'm just trying not to get upset. So I'm just going to be honest with you. But let's talk about this right here, Big Will. Let's talk about this, man. Tell me something, man. Tell me something.
Okay.
As you sit up here, and you look at this article, this despicable article that I'm leaving up here because I want people to read this. What are your thoughts when you see our own media say 7-9?
But that was the whole reason why you started this.
Yeah,
and you decided to get on here because our media don't represent our team like they supposed to. Okay, they don't even give us a chance. They down us every time they get a chance to, and it's like we need a voice. We need a voice. We need our players to know that we have their back, we have their support, and the media is not giving that.
yeah, because I really thought I was just gonna go and see the schedule, bro. I thought I was going to go and see a schedule, pick the wins and losses, let the subs pick the wins and losses, and be done with it. And I get this article, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? What? And to me, as Nightfall say, health is everything. And it's just ridiculous that, we have to look up and see that they can't, this schedule just dropped all the bit of 4 minutes. Y'all realize this schedule dropped all the bit of 4 minutes. And think about this. He posted this 4 minutes after the 4-minute video dropped. So he had this typed up already.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody typing that fast, people. Think about this for a minute. He already came out the gate negative with this typed up.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. And again, let me make my quick public service announcement because, again, I want to make sure I'm clear about this. I had to block my first 2 people for the first time since I've been on here, and it really made me sad. So unless you want to become the newest member of the McKinbey Tumbo squad and join the block party, please keep it nice and clean in here, people. There is nothing wrong with people coming in here disagreeing, as long as they keep it constructive, okay? I don't even care if you disagree with me. Feel free to call in, but keep it clean and keep it respectful, and I'm good with that. You feel me? So James Gibson want to know who wrote this article. Now, my initial thought, James, was it was Carlos. That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be Carlos Mraz. And when I looked up, it was Dave Burkett. And I'm like, what? Like he published this thing at 8:00 p.m., updated it at 8:08. 4 minutes after this thing dropped, or a total of 8 minutes. This is already typed up. Come on. It's just crazy. And it's absolutely out of this world. It says, so Laudell Wesley says, only position not addressed in free agency was linebacker, offensive line, kind of tells you the path of this draft early rounds at least. Listen, Big Will. I've been saving this because I was going to do this, and I'm probably going to still talk about it again tomorrow on the roundtable. But listen, I have been thinking about this long and hard. I'm starting to really get this feeling based on some of the things that I'm seeing in the meet and greets that they have with these draft prospects, that if the Detroit Lions trade down, they're going to take Jalen Ferguson.
Okay. And I like that.
That's the feeling that I'm getting. Okay. I'm getting that feeling that they're going to take, and James Gibson says Dave is usually holding us down. Okay. Yeah, but I guess he wasn't feeling it today. I guess he wasn't feeling it today. But to have the Arizona Cardinals beating us and is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You
You know what? It seems like every year the Lions end up playing against the rookie quarterback, the next rookie hype quarterback every year. Is you like last year we played against the Jets when it was all hype about their quarterback. Like every
right.
year we end up going against the next best quarterback or whatever. And probably because we lost that game last year, they think that we're going to lose this year too.
Now, 313 JMO, shout out to 313 JMO. He says, I only see us losing to the Vikings, Broncos, and Bears and Chiefs 12-4. I mean, I ain't mad at you. D Brown says no to the Ferguson trade down. I'm telling you, they have met with this man way too much, man. And I do have a video coming with the running backs soon. And then after that, I'll have the final group, which would be defensive end / outside edge rushers. And I'm telling you, they have met with Jalen Ferguson at least 4 times. No other prospect they've met with this many other times.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can definitely see it. I can definitely see them moving back to get him because we don't know how far they want to go back.
And that's the crazy part. Now, Durant Ferguson says, what about TJ Burns or Murphy? I love TJ Hockenson. I love Brian Burns. And I think Murphy is definitely the best cornerback in this draft. Now Andrew Football says, I think Miami and Detroit switch picks in the first round. Lions take an O-line, Cody Ford at 13. I can definitely see them taking an offensive lineman as well. No shocker there. Lions fan 75 said, what about Hawk? I just don't think Hockenson gets past Green Bay. I just don't think that happens. D Brown says this is a smoke screen with Jalen Ferguson. I hope you're right. What are your thoughts about the art of the smoke screen, Big Will? What are your thoughts in terms of when they talk about the art of the smoke screen?
I think the Lions are probably one of the best teams at it because it seems like every year you think they're going one way and they go a whole nother route. But I mean, it's part of the game, but they also they show their hand, but for some reason people still fall for what they put out as smoke screens. They tell you flat out what they're looking for, what they look for in a prospect. And as soon as they say that, they give them somebody that doesn't fit the criteria at all.
Okay. Now, there's some people who do agree with D. Brown that Durant Ferguson says he thinks it's a smoke screen as well. And again, I mean, I just never seen this much attention to a player. And you're right, you could be right that it's a smoke screen because Frank Ragnar they didn't give a lot of attention to, but Taylor Decker, they talked to him quite a bit and they selected him. So, it makes me wonder a little bit, how much of this is a smoke screen and not. Now, Greg Gore said the Packers rookie cornerbacks not going to play trash like they did last year. I mean, they do got a new head coach though, Greg Gore. They do got a new head coach. They're already having some arguments among themselves. But the one thing that he does not have is he doesn't have a tight end, i.e. meaning Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that tight end he wants, and they're still looking for that run game. Now, they get those 2 things. Now, you might see me change some stuff different because that makes it a little bit harder. But I'm not impressed with the moves that they made on defense. Now, let me read this little insert from Mr. Dave Burkett. He says, when the Detroit Lions schedule came out last April, I had the team going 9-7. Then I got a look at the team in training camp and saw how players were reacting to their first-year coach, Matt Patricia, and I properly recanted down my expectations to 7-9 before the start of the season. Here's the problem with that. Yeah, the first season, I bet you they didn't like him. He took all them people was gone. Has he not been paying attention?
No, not at all.
I mean, you only got to watch the Lions. Well, how hard is who else you got to look at? And then you come out off rip 79. Man, please. Now, Noah Greer, what up, though? Welcome to the show. Please hit that like and subscribe button, people. I would greatly appreciate it if you did that for me. Again, telephone number 248-294-0610. I do have to keep clearing these lines out because they do dumb stuff, and this is technology. So I am working on a new system. Now, Noah Greer says the Lions like edge that can stop the run. Our scheme does not need a perimeter edge rusher. Look at the Patriots. They haven't had a pure elite edge rusher since Chandler Jones. I mean, that's a very good point there, man. Golly, give you the gold star today. What? That's a very good point. I've been trying to tell people that, but now Fox 10G says Hawk at 8, Ferguson in the second round. I don't think Ferguson is going to make it to the second round. I think the fact that the Ravens lost Terrell Suggs and he led the college in sacks, I think that's a huge factor for people to take a flyer on him. Yeah. Now, Noah Greer, Andrew Football says he wants to know, what is your channel he will subscribe? Noah Greer, if you have a channel, please tell me. I would like to make sure I shout out your channel and for you to coming on and supporting me, and I would definitely come over there and sub. Okay. Now, Greg Gore says, excuse me, what has any tight end, I think he meant done in Detroit.
Well, you got to get a tight end with the right coaching staff.
And here's the thing about it. Here's the thing. He asked this question about what has any tight end done in Detroit. What the last tight end Detroit took that was a complete tight end? They lied and told y'all that Brendan Pettigrew was a complete tight end. That just wasn't true. Yeah. When you watch film on Brendan Pettigrew, you're not going to see him doing what T.J. Hockenson doing.
No, he got stone hands.
I mean, what? and then on top of that, I just feel like if you're going to stick to this theme of running the ball, then you bring this guy in because you can have Jesse James out there, motion him in the backfield to be a blocker and get production. There's so many things you can do to mix it up. Now, D Brown says no Hawk at 8. Okay, D Brown, who do you want at 8? Ted says real quick, the Pistons not getting blew out. Okay, he got the hands up like yay. Okay. General G. Berry says he's saying that because he thinks the Packers are better than us because they have Jimmy Graham. Well, Jimmy Graham ain't did nothing. So
not at all. Not at all.
We got a call coming in. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
What up, though? Welcome to Luke G's Fair Review. Who this?
What up? It's Crimson.
Crimson, what's going on, man?
Yeah, just got back from work. Just had some, just made some food.
Hey, I just
saw the Lions schedule. Sorry, I'm late on that, man.
Did you see the article that I'm looking at, where it has them?
I'm seeing it right now. I mean, I just got in the chat.
Okay, well, let me just tell you, it's by Dave Burkett. He has them going 7-9, and he has them losing their first game on the road to the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, the only reason I can say he's even saying that is because in the past we've had bad luck with Arizona. Not as of late. I don't see it happening, but the way I see this first month is our proving ground. If we could somehow go at least 1-3 or at least 2-2, then we might actually have a shot to do something major. But if we lose out to these teams, we might have a problem.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, to me, if they start off 1-3, I'm telling you, it's going to be some people fired. And for me, Bob Quinn ain't going to be one of them. It's not going to be one of them. But I can tell you, it's going to be some people fired. It's going to be some people fired and some people promoted. You may see the people start chanting fire Matt Patricia and promote, Bevel. I mean, but 1-3 to me is unacceptable. If you start off 1-3, you're going to have to finish like a boss. You got to go 300 style hard to make me change my mind. But I just don't see us losing to the Cardinals off rip. No way.
I don't either because, well, depending on who they have. I mean, Rosen, let's be fair, their O-line is terrible. And we were already freaking knocking them around like it was nobody's business. And it's like now we have Trey Flowers out there. Dear God, it's going to be a reunited. It feels so good with freaking Derod Davis and Rosen. I'll tell you that much.
Well, let me ask you this: according to D Brown, and I understand his point that he's going with it. According to D Brown, he says you do not draft a tight end that high again. What is your thoughts on that? On them drafting a tight end that high again?
My question is, when have we actually had a real tight end? When? I'll be honest. I didn't mind Pettigrew. Okay, I'm one of the few people that did not mind Pettigrew.
And that was at pick 20. That was at pick 20, not in the top 10.
It was pick 20. He wasn't number one like Ebron. That was way worse. But at least Pettigrew could at least do something. Pettigrew to me was way better than Ebron because at least Pettigrew could do his job. Wasn't the greatest blocking tight end, but you know what? Have you seen Ebron block? Yeah, I rest my case. I don't even think he can block still with Indianapolis.
Hey, listen, I totally get it. What up, though, Go Lions? I totally get it, man. It's one of them things where, for me, I just think it's crazy. Now, Scott I hope I'm saying his name right, McCallan. He says at a 1-3 start, though, I don't like it. It's not out of the realm of possibility. As let's face it, Chargers and Chiefs should beat us on paper. I mean,
yeah, it should, but that's the thing. Everyone keeps saying a 10-win season. Now, I will hop on the bandwagon for a 10-win season if we somehow beat one of those teams. If we can somehow beat the Chiefs and somehow beat the Chargers, then you've got my attention at least at 10 wins. If you can,
I mean, but I just look at this though.
Look that bad to me, but
I look at this though, Crimson. When the team beat the Kansas City Chiefs, what did they do? What did they ran the ball? Like,
sorry, y'all.
But go ahead, Big Will.
Run defense they have.
My bad, people. Hold on. My bad. All right.
Okay, thing people got to look at about Kansas City, you got ready basically. Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Big Will. My bad. I bumped the soundboards. That happens.
Okay. But the one thing I could say, when it comes to like the Chiefs, and they're mostly all offense. It's kind of like the Saints, really. All offense, really, really mediocre defense. And that's me just being generous.
Okay.
You know? I mean, for a while, I could have sworn that's what they were trying to do with the Lions for the longest time was just try to work on the offense and defense secondary. And now it's like they're kind of like backpedaling towards defense now and a little less on the offense. You know what I mean?
Okay, well,
that's
listen.
what it seems like.
Again, that's just like I said, it's just one of them things where I totally agree with you, man. I appreciate you calling in, Crimson. We're gonna get Crimson on this show. I'm telling you, Crimson, what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna send you an email with my phone number so we can talk and nail down the actual time, man. It's just, between our work schedules, it's been a little bit more difficult than I would like.
All right. Well, I could call it around 6, 7, either or. It's like I can talk and drive. It's not that big of a deal.
Hey, man. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, appreciate you calling in, Crimson.
All right, man. Peace.
Talk to him, Big Will.
No, all I was saying was, Kansas City got rid of their 2 best pass rushers.
And they got rid of their safety. They got rid of D4 and Justin Houston.
They're running back. Because they wasn't the same team after they lost Hunt. After they let Hunt go. They wasn't the same team.
Nope. I agree.
And people forget that. Like they wasn't the same team. And people and you started to learn that team. Okay, yeah, it gotta be a shootout, but without a running game, he's not the same quarterback.
See, I do like math, add and subtracting. Okay. They lost all these different pieces. Eric Berry gone, cool. You bring in Tyrann Mathieu, cool. Your top cornerback was Marcus Peters. You traded him away. Who over there now at cornerback? Okay. Yeah. Then you give up Justin Houston. You give up D Ford. You still got Christian Jones. I do like him. Mm-hmm. But then your linebacking core. Who's your top linebacker?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They lost so much. They're not going to be the same team. And you got a whole year of teams seeing film study on Mahomes.
Okay.
That's different. It's not the same. A quarterback coming in as a rookie, yeah, you get away with a little bit of stuff because teams trying to learn you. That next year, they done set back and just watch everything you do, what you strong at, what you weak at, and they're going to try to force you to what you weak at.
Now, Andrews football, please call in because they don't believe fat meat is greasy. Please call in so we can at least talk about that Kansas City Chiefs game. If you got the time, that is 248-294-0610. Again, that's 248-294-0610. 0610. And call in, Andrew, so we can talk about that Kansas City game, because I know some people, gonna tell me it's fake. They're gonna tell me that it's not real and it's fake. Um, you know, now the thing that I notice is, again, let's get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen, so we can get this video out there. I really, because we getting people in new, some already been here. Let's try this one more time. Give me those records. I know that D Brown says Tyreek might not be there that game. He might not be.
Yeah, and that's what I like about them having them early.
See, the thing was, when I talked to Andrew from Andrew's Football, that was the fear that I had. I feared that if we got to play them late, I'm like, I may not give them a win for that. But if we played on week 4, and I've been very consistent in that, I said, guess what? I'm gonna give them a win. I think they can win that game, because I knew it was at home.
Yeah. And that's what I like. I'm like, we got them two teams early. I want to play both of them teams early. I'd rather play them early than late, because both of them, they play better later on in the season.
Exactly.
When they have something on the line. Earlier in the season, Chargers is not the same team. And I don't understand why people forget that. They're not the same team at the beginning. They always come back later on in the season. So I really like having this way the schedule rolled out. So I can't wait to see how it go.
All right. Now, I want to say this is Brian and me. I want to say that he says 2-2 for the first 4 games. We got Troxel Sports Talk, who says 12-4, win the division, first round bye week, wild card weekend. Yeah, okay. We got 10-6. I agree with y'all and Will and Luke. That's Will Dirks. He agreed with us, man. He's with us. Where do you stand on the schedule? Let's go Lions question. My stance on the schedule is we're going 11-5, with a possibility of 11-4, depending on a few games. I love the way the schedule is set up from this standpoint. We come out, we go on the road for week 1. And here's how I do it. I break the schedule up in quarters. So for the first 4 games, they have 2 road games and 2 home games. And if you're asking me, I can see them losing just one of those road games, maybe the Eagles. So beat the Cardinals, beat the Chargers, beat Kansas City, maybe lose to the Eagles. Now people may argue why the Eagles versus Kansas City. We're playing Kansas City at home, and I think after we beat up the Cardinals and get that win against the Chargers, people are going to be excited for that home game against Kansas City. It's going to be loud, a lot of drunk people, and all type of things going on. So I see them going 11-5. Now, hashtag Rose and Tony says, I like that Troxel. Okay. Let's see. Who else we got going up in here? What we got? It says, what did he do other than put up stats, fam? I don't know where he going with that. Like they having a good old conversation up in there. We got Sip Truck 10-6 if Stafford has a good slot. Listen, Matthew Stafford's going to have a good slot receiver, but they're going to add to the receiver. They're going to add to that receiving core, whether it be via free agency or not. Marcus Willis says, I think we go into Philly and dominate. It's possible. Like I said, there are some games in here that I'm giving wins to that's pre-draft. Now, Big Will, to the people who are saying 14-2, that's a nightfall. Brandon Anderson, who says 12-4 or 11-5. You are solely on this 12-4, right?
Yes.
Let's play devil's advocate, though. Let's play devil's advocate, and let's just say hypothetically they do lose to the Arizona Cardinals week 1. Now I'm going to examine every win and every loss very closely, so we don't do this everything gets the quarterback fault, okay? And I'm going to be very unbiased, but let's just say hypothetically,
okay,
they lose that game against Arizona.
Okay.
What's your thoughts going to be on that, man?
They lose the game against Arizona. One, they're not ready for the season yet, because there's no way you're supposed to lose against a rookie quarterback
It's going to be a rookie.
It's definitely going to be a rookie quarterback. And they don't have who is their receivers. Their running back had one good season, he had an off season last year. They don't really have anything that scares me where I'm like, oh, we got to watch out for that.
Right. Again, that number is 248-294-0610. Andrew, that number is 248-294-0610. I'm with you.
Definitely shocked. Definitely.
I'm with you. I would be totally shocked if they lost that first game. I would totally be shocked. Because it just shouldn't happen. Now, we got a call coming in.
Okay.
What up, though? Welcome to Luke G's Field Review. Who this?
Hey, this is Dan with Andrews Football. How you doing, boys?
What's going on, man?
Hey, nothing much, man. Hey, I just team here, but as a Chiefs fan, as a Chiefs season ticket holder, as somebody who sees the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl this year, we're going to lose that Detroit game. We are going to lose that Detroit game, and I'll tell you why. First two games are on the road. Couldn't be better opponents. Jacksonville and Oakland. We going to win those. Seriously, I'm not even playing. We may beat Jacksonville by 40. I mean, the Chiefs are going to be ready out the gate, but week 3 is the hard one. It's the home game, home opener. Arrowhead's going to be rocking against Baltimore, a tough, physical, smash mouth team. We're going to win that game. We're going to be 3-0, going to Detroit, looking past Detroit because we got Sunday Night Football at Arrowhead. That we got a home game against Houston. We're gonna slip. We're gonna be 3-1. So we're gonna slip up against Detroit. That's the long.
Yeah, my apologies. The mic kind of slipped out. So what he said was this. How you pronounce it? Arkin Living. What he said is he's got his Kansas City Chiefs starting out 3-0 up until they go and play Detroit that week 4, and he think that's when they're gonna get their first loss because they're going to start off the first 3 weeks, and they're gonna handle their business. But that game on the road for Kansas City, which would be a home game for us, he's saying it's going to be a problem. Now, Noble Sports Entertainment, TA is in the building. What up, though, TA? He says he is going to be attending that Arizona Cardinal versus Detroit Lions game in Arizona. But according to Dave Burkett, we taking the L anyway, so you might be going for nothing according to Dave Burkett. Now, let me ask you this, Andrew. Let me ask you this. So when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, what do you think is their biggest weakness?
The biggest weakness is definitely going to be the defense, but it's not the talent. It's that we're switching. We've been in a 3-4 Bob Sutton attack type of defense with man corners. Now we're going to Spagnuolo 4-3, and we're doing something completely different. Last year in our draft, we went all defense for a 3-4 scheme. Now we're playing a 4-3 scheme. So we've made some good moves, some moves that didn't make a lot of headlines, but we traded for Agba, defensive end out of Cleveland. That was a good move. I think he's going to be a starter. We got Okafor from the Saints. Another guy is going to play the end. But we need another defensive tackle. We drafted the tackle last year, but he's a 3-4 tackle. He was designed to play the nose. He plays a zero technique. So our best pass rusher, Chris Jones, is going to get double teamed every game. And that's what I'm kind of worried about. Another thing is that we signed Anthony Hitchens from Dallas. We gave him $45 million for some reason. He's just a guy. There's nothing special about the guy.
Right.
You know, and then our other linebacker, and I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but he's a 3-4 backer. We don't have any speed in our linebacking core, and we haven't done anything in free agency yet. So our front seven is going to be a problem. I think our secondary is going to be a little better. Honey Badger is going to do a world of good, and we have some young players in our secondary. But keep in mind, with our offense, we don't need to beat 85 Bears. We just got to be somewhere in the 20s. You know, we'd love to be in teams. Realistically, if we could be somewhere between 20 and 24, good luck stopping our offense.
Okay. And again, the reason I wanted him to call in, people, I do apologize about this little microphone. This is why I hate this program. But I do want to point out that I had him call in because he is a YouTuber himself. And if you like the betting part, please check out Andrew's football and as well as his mock drafts and his breakdowns. And man, I appreciate you calling in, Andrew. And giving that insight. And like I said, it's all pre-draft. I'm gonna hit you back up again before then because we're gonna talk about this matchup in more detail and we'll have more data to go on. So, man, I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, man, I'm looking forward to it too, man. We need to talk after the draft, see what the Chiefs do, see what the Lions do. It's going to be a great offseason here. So, hey, good luck to your Lions. Right now, I got them as about a 9-10 win team. But I think they're either going to win that division or they're going to be in a wild card. But somebody who's not a Detroit fan, I'm letting you know right now, I think you got a playoff team.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Catch up with you later, Andrew.
All right, man. Have a good one, bro.
You too. I mean, listen, shout out to Charles81. I never seen that name in the chat, so welcome to the show, man. Please hit that like and subscribe button. He says about 5 wins. About 5 wins. Okay. Big Will. I mean, that's a guy from Kansas City talking Kansas City football, man.
Yeah, and then we got a person from Detroit talking about 5 wins.
Listen, I would love to say that I could make this stuff up, but hey, it's crazy to me. And it's one of the things that I look at. Now, Charles81 says, just ask your opinion. Okay, let me see. So he says, how they get y'all beating the Eagles but losing to the Cardinals. Charles81, listen. Listen, I came over here to talk about the schedule, and I stumbled upon this article, right? And when I saw it, I'm like, so we beat the Eagles on the road, but lose to the Cardinals? Oh, come on. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It makes no sense. It's so strange to me that they would even come up with this article. But let me ask you this, Charles81. What do you think the Lions' record is going to be? Because that's the thing that's going to stand out to me. Now, we got Mike Slimman. Welcome to the show. He says he predicts a 9-7 record. That's what's up. Please hit that like and subscribe button, people. But I could totally see 9-7 at the worst. Scott McClellan says 10 wins minimum team. In my opinion, the rest will be decided on the field. I can't get mad at that at all. It said if they end up 8 wins, 9, 10, 11, or 12, I mean, it could happen. TA, it says I'm doing a depth look at Greedy Williams right now. Video coming soon. Shout out to Noble Sports Entertainment. He's a part of the Detroit Sports Alliance, and as well as the Gridiron Blitz, as well as 313 JMO, as well as Nightfall, as well as Micro Mike. We're growing this thing. It's getting big. All right, we're up to 78. Let's get those likes up, people. All right, now we got Go Lions with 13-3.
Okay.
Eric Woodtaker, he said the first quarter. Okay, or maybe I must have missed his message. Okay, so I must have missed it. But let me ask you this, though, Big Will, because this is the thing that I don't think people understand. I don't think people understand this part of it. We haven't even had the draft yet. So we pretty much know what we have done so far as far as the draft, not the draft, but as far as free agency, who we have and who we don't have. When you look at this schedule and you look at the matchups, man, because I break it up into quarters, there aren't no teams on here that scare me.
Dude, and the thing I get that they don't understand that I'm putting out here is that they don't understand our coach looks for matchup problems. And now he has the draft to go ahead and look at. He has the schedule. He's about to draft, and he's going to draft according to what he needs. Peace out,
Will Dirk. My apologies. Go ahead.
He's gonna do what he needs to do to attack these teams. And I mean, the only reason I'm kind of like on the Eagles, kind of like because I think it's early in the season and their quarterback will still be there.
I mean, listen, I'm with you on it. I mean, and one of the things that I think D Brown bring up is a very good point, which is Patricia has. He says Patricia's got to get better as a head coach. Also, could be the difference between an 8-8 team and 11-5. It's absolutely can be that, and absolutely, TA. You know, I'm almost give a shout out to you. And on top of that, you know, I just look at it and I say, you know, let's be honest about it. Let's be honest about the team as a whole and what we seeing now. Brandon Kenny says they're going 16-0. I ain't mad at him if he believe that. It's better. It's better than being negative and always just coming out the gate with a dark cloud following you around. D. Williams said they're going 11-5. Okay. And when I look at this, man, wait till I drop my next video. Y'all gonna love. I'm gonna say that because I was finna go somewhere. I was finna go somewhere where I had to catch myself.
Hold it, man. Hold it, man.
Yeah. And here's the other thing that people are not talking about. When we go through and I look at this schedule, the first thing I realize is that week 1 game is at 4:25. That's a prime time spot, people. Okay. Yeah. Week 6 is at 8:15. That's another prime spot, people. The game against the Oakland Raiders, week 9, prime spot. So that's 3 prime spot games right there. Then Thanksgiving, obviously, is a prime spot. That's 4. The Bronco game to be determined. So they already got 4 prime time games, people. Okay. I just feel like coming into that Sunday, they don't got to play until 4:25 in Arizona. It's so beautiful because they don't have to force themselves. Yeah. Now, Will, we got a call coming in. You know, we coming up on the 2-hour mark, but we got a call coming in. Let's take this right now. What up, though? Welcome to Lou G's Fair Review. Who this?
What up, Lou G? This is Papa Daddy 65, man. CP, how you doing?
Man, what's going on, man?
Hey, nothing going on but the rap.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that. Where you calling from?
I'm in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'm gonna be at that Eagles game, and I'll probably go to the Redskins game too.
Okay, so talk to me, man. What you thinking about this schedule so far? What you thinking?
I don't think it's just a matter of just the teams that we're playing, because everybody's making changes.
Now hold on one second. Give me 1 second to fix this little phone line real quick. Hold on. This right here, this thing, I'm telling you, this thing is a trip, people. I swear I hate this thing. And even when you use the program don't always work. I apologize about that. But again, just when you need it, technology will fail you, people. Never fails, all right? Let's try this one more time, all right? So what we're going to do is put this right here. All right, now, that should be fixed. Talk to me.
All right, so it's not just so much about who we playing. You got to think everybody made changes. So a lot of teams going to be different anyway.
Right.
So we can sit here and say that because of this or because of that. All we doing is guessing anyway. At the end of the day, it's all about if the team buy into the concept, if this O-line can play congruently together, consistently, and stay injury-free, and if Bevel can get a decent game plan offensively that's actually going to work.
Agree.
If that happens, we could go 12-4. But then you got to think trial and error. It's going to be a couple of trial and error games. And, you know, I think when Stafford is playing, he gets frustrated when things ain't going good, especially on the offense. He gets frustrated.
Right.
Start holding on to the ball, start taking those sacks.
Okay.
That's going to be bad. That's the only reason that we might lose to the Cardinals.
So what do you have? What do you have the Lions record being?
Pardon?
What do you have the Lions record being?
Trial and error with injuries, I say 9-7.
9-7.
If everything going good, yeah. If everything going good, I'm thinking 11-5.
So 9-7 at worst, 11-5 at best.
Mm-hmm. It could be a game or two swing, trial and error. Like I said, everybody got to think this is a new offense.
See, and to me, it's some things you brought up that I agree with. I think the thing is the fact that you put the onus on the head coach and not so much the players. You talked about the offensive coordinator and put the onus on them as well, not so much the player. And like you, I agree. I think that they have to come out with game plans that make sense. But when I watch the moves that they're making, what I see is a team that is building for the run. I see teams that are doing things like getting themselves set up to be able to dominate by putting the ball on the ground versus throwing the ball 800 times. So even when we got people in the chat like Noah Greer, he says, I love Darrell Bevel for the Lions, though. He is the perfect offensive coordinator for their system, find the right matchups. And he says he's also is great at developing quarterbacks, and he knows how to create a run scheme based on the weapons that he had. Because if you look at the offensive line,
that's the point I'm making.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly the point I'm making. Finding that matchup. He got to find that right matchup, the right player to do the right thing at the right time, and then they got to get some consistency with it. This is the first year he's with us.
Right. Now,
that consistency, it's going to take 2 or 3 games.
And I agree. And Noah Greer, if you want to call in, man, call in. That number is 248. Okay, 294-0610. And and again, man, it's one of the things where I totally get what you're saying. I totally understand it, and I totally, can get your approach. 9-7 is what you got at worst, 11-5 at best, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button for me, and stay tuned. I got some stuff coming for you real soon.
I'm subscribed to all y'all, man. I've been subscribed to all y'all. I watch all y'all shows, and I like every one of them.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in.
Man, I miss the D, bro. Y'all hold y'all heads out there.
Hey, as always, man, Detroit versus everybody. That's what I say.
What up?
I mean, there it is, people. I mean, listen, people, I'm not going to knock your prediction. If you tell me they going 13-3, then tell me the 13 losses. And tell me why. If you telling me that they're going 9-7, call in and tell me the 7 losses and the 9 wins. And so I'm cool with it. But if you call in, I'm gonna take your call and I'm gonna do my best to make sure we can have a constructive conversation without all the other crap. I mean, but Big Will, man, listen.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see fans like that, man, who says that he going to that Eagle game. And he gonna go to that game against the Redskins too, man. And he gives them 9-7, 11 at worst, and 11-5 at best. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I like that, man. And then the thing people don't understand, man, our fans travel. We are everywhere. You can every game you see Lion fans, and for us to be so negative, but if the Lions start winning, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, our fan base is crazy.
Yeah, I like our fan base. I think our fan base has a reason to be upset, but I also think that they get caught up too much in the past. And when they're caught up in that past, it's hard to see the forest before the trees. You see what I'm saying? And I think too often they look at it and they say, okay, I got to do this, and this. And then they come to this conclusion only to find out that maybe what they thought it was is not what it was at all.
But the problem is just what we talked about earlier. The media makes them this way. It makes them stick in the past.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me. I know.
So the media is mainly the issue. Okay, you got some of them that's trying to move on, but the media is so negative, they just fall right back into where they was at in the first place. You know what I'm saying? They can't think positive because all they see is negative. And then, you know what I'm saying? When they come to, like, even when they show the draft, right? They go to every pick. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then they don't even talk about what the 8th pick is. They'll show who they take them to get, but they don't explain the pick. They go to the next one. I'm like, man, why y'all not explaining why y'all want us to take somebody like that? Y'all not explaining none of it.
And to show you that we travel, we got an Arizona Lions fan out there. We getting people over there. I mean, we don't see Texas. It's a fan in here from Hawaii. I mean, they all over, man. It's no joke, and it's people who love the team. And it's just that the media, when they go and try to look at the paper from home, and they seeing stuff like this, 7-9, we losing to the Cardinals. We losing to the Chargers, but we beating the Eagles.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You know, it's crazy, man. And then if that ain't enough insult to injury, if that's just not enough insult to injury, you know, it's one of them things where I just look at it and I say, you know, what's the point? Now we can get somebody right now. John Simmons says, I'm in Nashville. We got somebody, we got Georgia in the house, Lions since 92. We got somebody from the Bahamas. Holy crap.
But like I said, the thing is,
listen,
they've been looking for
travel, I
somebody.
don't travel like that, Will.
Hey, it's
shout
the way
out
to get out there,
Bahamas, man. We got Kentucky in here. You know, I mean, look at these places where we are at, and we just trying to find fair, unbiased media, man. Now, Mike Simmons said somebody put the number in the chat for me. Let me see if I can do that because why is it not letting me do it? Okay, this thing makes me sick sometimes. Let me try something a little bit different, people. I'll put that number in the chat for you. So give me 1 second. Again, that number is 248-294-0610. And I'll put it in the chat too, so that way it's there as well. But I'm telling you, man, it's strange to sit there and see how quickly people are to sit there and turn around and say, well, guess what? You know, this is what we're getting, and this is what we got. And to me, when I look at this schedule, man, I really do see a winning schedule. There's no team on here that scared me.
Man, matter of fact, the last couple of years I've been like, oh, we got a tough schedule. I don't even feel that way this year.
Right. Right. Won't even come close to feeling that way, because guess what? When you look at it, there it's not like, you know, first of all, the off season that they've done a very good job of getting the things that we need to win right now and to win the division first and foremost. You know what I mean? And to me, that's more important than everything else. You know what I mean? So off rip, we already are at a point where I think they're doing better. You know what I mean? Off rip. So I don't know why people get this negative belief with the Detroit Lions, but it's ridiculous. Now, for the people, you know, like Mike, who wanted to call in number, it is in the chat again, 248-294-0610. I mean, but when I saw Bahamas, man, I wasn't ready for Bahamas. You know, and if y'all wondering who's from Bahamas, that's Duran Ferguson, man. What up, though, man? That's what I'm talking about. You know, and listen, Go Lion says he in Virginia. I mean, this is crazy. So it tells you where our fan base is at. People love home and love Detroit. They love the Detroit sports teams, and the media comes out and write these stories because they need people to click on it and get views. And the first thing that somebody gonna do when they see a negative title is go and comment on it. You know.
You know, and that's all they do is promote negative. Like that's why this is such a big thing, us doing this, because they get to hear a different side. You know what I'm saying? People that's talking about positive things that people that are really looking at what the Lions are really trying to do. Because the media, our local media is not even giving them a chance. They're not even trying to understand what they're doing. They just like whatever they're gonna lose.
Now we just had somebody call. Please call back, because I was in the midst of clearing the lines when you called in because they was getting jumbled up, and it somehow freezes stuff. And but please call back. I saw it was a 313 number, so I respect that. Please call in 248-294-0610. And right here, Noah Greer makes a very good point. They are used to the same old Lions, but they don't understand things are changing, and that's where we are at. So here we go. This call right here. Welcome to Luke G's Fair Review. What up, Don? Who is this?
Yo, this is Mike.
What's going on, Mike?
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule, man. I know you say you're not scared of it, but I'm seeing a couple teams on here that I think it's going to be like a tough mountain to climb.
Let's talk about it. What you got for me?
I'm looking at 3 playoff teams in a row after the Cardinals, and like that's kind of like scary just to start off with.
Okay, so 3 playoff teams in a row. And so you're referring to the Chargers, the Eagles, and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, because like I know personally, I think that Arizona's a lock. You know, I think we're winning that because I mean, we played them 2 years in a row. I mean, we beat them every time. I think that's just a team that we've got an auto win against.
Okay.
And then I'm looking at 3 playoff teams in a row where it's like, we struggled in the past against playoff teams, but I mean, it's the Lions. We're known for beating the good teams and then losing against the bad ones. But I don't know. I think the one that scares me the most is the Chiefs because I know they're just so dominant.
Okay, so let me see if I can help you a little bit, just a little bit. All right. So let's talk about the Chiefs first. We'll work our way from the Chiefs back on down to the Chargers. Let's talk about the Chiefs first. The Chiefs lost Dee Ford. They lost Justin Houston. They're switching defensive systems from 3-4 to 4-3. They lost Eric Berry. Their cornerbacks, you tell me who it is. It might be you. And when they were in the playoffs and they lost, the team that beat them ran the ball down their throat.
And they don't know if Hill gonna be there.
Now let's and as Big Will said, they don't know if Hill gonna be there. Now here go to the second point in terms of the Eagles. The Eagles did bring in Jordan Howard. They did, but they lost Michael Bennett, and they don't have the secondary that they had before. Carson Wentz is going to be given the keys to the Beamer. Okay, now I can see this being the L, but I just want to give you some perspective. They have some things going on over there themselves, and all I'm pointing out to you in terms of the Eagles is what scares you about the Eagles. I mean, other than the fact that you think they're a playoff team, what really scare you about them?
Honestly, I don't have too much about that. It just seemed that they were a playoff team was like, just enough to scare away a normal fan like myself. But considering that they have lost some players and like they're not, as dominant as they were 2 years ago when they won the Super Bowl, I think we might have like a 50-50 shot against them.
Not even close. In fact, they're gonna have to add some people. Now let's go on down to the Los Angeles Chargers, because this is the one team that I can see it being a little bit of an issue. They got a sneaky good defense and things like that. But let's just be honest here, okay? How did they lose in their playoff game?
Honestly, I think it was just like, I think it was just, they weren't playing at the level they should have been.
Nope, they certainly wasn't. And guess what else happened? They let the other team run it down their throat.
Yes, and
so
it seemed like they were trying. It seemed like, from wild card to where they were at when they lost the AFC Championship, it seemed like, they wanted it, but it didn't seem like they were playing for it.
And that's the point. And it's a very good point that was brought up by Scott McCallan in the chat, where he said the truth is Philly is their run game that got them to that Super Bowl. That run, they're trying to keep that run game going, but they don't lost some linemen, they don't lost some people, and they don't have the cap to replace it. That's why they had to move on from Nick Foles. And when you are constantly going back to Nick Foles because your quarterback keep getting hurt, I mean, it's not like there's a high vote of confidence. So I'm just saying, I get your point. I do get your point, but at the end of the day, if they run the ball, I think we're fine. Especially now that we got, CJ coming in after we take out Carry-On.
Yeah.
Food for thought. One thing I was thinking about is, I think Carry-On Johnson, he stayed our running game. We've been looking for one since 2013. I think with his injuries, he had one in college and he's facing the same exact one this past season or with the legs. I don't know that he's going to be solid for a long time, but I think he's a good temporary choice. And a lot of people don't agree with me when I say that, but he's really skilled, but I don't think he has the talent, or not the talent, but the strength to keep going the way he is.
Okay, so let me make sure I hear you right. Say that player name again.
Carry-On Johnson.
And you think he don't have the strength to keep carrying it?
Because it seems like, in his college career, he had a really bad ankle injury, and then he comes to Detroit, he has a sprained knee. It seems like,
but he's always been one playing through injury, and his the word carry on is literally in his name. Like the carry on, he's there. He's going to carry
on.
Right. And so the thing that you got to look at in terms of that is you're talking about week 4. If he's hurt by week 4, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we got a problem, but it's week 4. If you had told me we was playing Kansas City in week 13 or 14, I'd be going, yeah, that's an L. Week 4, I feel pretty good about it.
And then you got
that's a lot of momentum if we can pick up more than one win against Arizona. I think that's a lot of momentum, and I think that'll change how I think about it.
Okay.
But just going based off what I've seen last season, I know we got a lot of new additions. I know that we got a new offensive lineman, new defensive lineman. I know the draft is still yet to come. But just looking from what last season showed, I don't think that we have too much momentum going right now.
Well, listen, I ain't mad at you, man. I appreciate you calling in. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I got some videos coming out soon. I'm gonna drop my next group of running backs. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Do the running backs tomorrow. Then I'll do the final group of defensive ends, and then I'll give you my synopsis of what I noticed in terms of a pattern. So make sure you hit that bell, man, because there's gonna be some stuff coming out that's gonna give you some vote of confidence that you should be able to look at and tell. And also on this show, if I'm wrong, I'm going to tell you, call in and talk bad to me. So hey, I'm all for
but
it.
Let me get your opinion on one last thing real quick.
Okay.
What do you think about Buccaneers and Broncos? I think those are going to be easy wins.
I think the Buccaneers are going to be an easy win. I think they're going to get frustrated with Jameis Winston, but Bruce Arians is a really good coach, and I'm a Bucs fan as well as a Lions fan. But Bruce Arians is a really good coach, and I've seen him make some really terrible people look good, literally.
Yeah, but they've been saying that if Bruce Arians can't fix Jameis Winston, nobody can. And
I think that's the problem. I think when you watch Jameis Winston when he came out of college, he was a turnover machine, and he too often took off and left the pocket before it was needed to be left. And so his pocket awareness is what scares me. But I think that should be a win. The Denver game, I mean, they may be ready to boo Joe Flacco up out of there, but their defense is always going to be a point of interest for me. And if they running back, Philip Lindsay is coming back healthy. So those are things that I look at in terms of that game.
Yeah, because I mean, Broncos defense, I think that's what we got to worry about because their offense is already bad enough as it is. And then we got I might be a little biased, but I think we have a top 10, top 5 defense based off last season.
Well, again, it's going to be that way, man. And like I said, I think it can definitely happen, and I'm going to look forward to it. Again, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to go through and do another scheduled breakdown after the draft, so just stay tuned, man. I appreciate you calling in.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep. I mean, Big Will, talk to him, man.
Man, I feel like people are still living in the past. We're looking at last year. We done made moves, and then half of them teams that made the playoffs, they done lost so many people.
I agree.
And they're not the same team that they were. Yeah, they made the playoffs last year, but that was last year. Yep. And you got a top 10 defense that wasn't even used to the system yet. You know what I mean? Now you getting them people that's already in the system that know the system, plus you got people that's a year into the system. Their defense is going to be a lot better this year.
And again, I totally agree with you. I know that we got a question for us. It comes from Duran Ferguson. He says, how would you feel if the Lions took Jawan Taylor at 8? I know what my thoughts going to be, but how would you feel?
I wouldn't do it. It's no offensive lineman to me worth top 10 in this draft to me.
Okay.
And the reason I say that because if you look at what the Lions doing, they looking at offensive linemen in the 4th, 5th round. They're not looking for offensive linemen right now because everybody keeps forgetting Crosby is going to play this year. They kept moving him around all last year, but he's definitely going to have a starting role this year. And that's people forgetting him.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Lee Bittner. Hit me up on Twitter, man, because like I said, this little program is horrible. So, but my opinions on taking Jawan Taylor at 8, I think it would be not a good move, and I think my reason for it is I think we just need a guard. But the thing is, I think based on the list that I put out there of people that they visit with, they're targeting mid-round players for that position. They're not looking to, they're trying to fill best player available for need in the 1st and 2nd rounds and then go from there. I
think they're looking for depth when it comes to offensive line. They're looking for depth, not starters. They're looking for depth. They can potentially be a starter, but they're looking for depth. Somebody get hurt, they got somebody that can step in, and that's what all the guys they looking at are multiple. They play multiple positions.
Now, the thing that I think it was D Brown who said he's not looking for versatility at the cornerback position, but he's looking for a good player. I think that's how he worded it. But I think that according to Bob Quinn, they are looking for it. Now, D Brown says Decker might be out. Well, they got until May 5th to make a decision. I mean, May 1st to make a decision on if they're going to pick up his 5th-year option or not. And to me, I think they are going to pick it up because that 5th-year option is not so big that they can't cover it under the cap. But I don't see them not doing it because then they're going to have to try to fill 2 spots for one. I think our biggest need in terms of Durant Ferguson, our biggest need is going to be a guard. But I want a nasty guard, and I don't think I need to, take a tackle right then and there. You got Reisner, you got Lindstrom, you got what's the other dude name? I'm drawing a blank on him from out of Wisconsin.
You can get him later. But I know you're talking about.
I can't never pronounce his name, but I apologize. But they got some better options in my opinion. And so, and even Nightfall makes up a good point. Drew Samaya is a good one. So I get it. I just think that they do need offensive line, but to take it at 8, in my opinion, is a little bit too high. Yeah. Now, listen, we coming up on the two-hour mark, and now listen, Nightfall gonna put the name in there. He know I can't say that man name. How you? What is that? Ben Swell. Don't y'all judge me, man. Dang, it's been a long day, but we are coming up on that mark. And what I'm going to tell you is going to happen is my fellow Detroit Sports Alliance member, the Gridiron Blitz, is getting ready to go live. He's going to talk about the Detroit Pistons game, and he's also going to talk about his view for the schedule. And then make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, where we have the roundtable with the Gridiron Blitz, Derek P. Field, Noble Sports Entertainment, TA, 313 J-Mo, and myself. It's going to be on my channel this week, tomorrow, where we're going to talk about the schedule and a few other topics. And then I got some videos that's going to make y'all stomach turn because it upset me. What you got for the closing remarks for us, Big Will?
My closing remark is that Detroit fans, please keep your head up. Don't listen to this local media.
Please don't. please don't. Please don't listen to that local media because they're gonna have you.
Look at your team, evaluate it yourself. Don't go by what they're talking about.
Absolutely. And I know that I've gotten a lot of requests for some more live film studies. I am going to do that. I'm going to make that a segment for me, live film study, and do that for you guys since you requested it. And so I can't wait to do that. And again, please go and check out the Gridiron Blitz. He's getting ready to go live and talk about the Detroit Pistons game as well as the schedule. And as always, people, I leave you with this bit of great advice. Don't be no chump. Please do your research. We out.